Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jill Ryan, and I've been a St. Mary's County public school bus driver for 11 years. You will be very surprised at some of the facts that I found during my research. One of which, from ProQuest out of Atlanta, Georgia, stated that there has been over 43 years, 1,212 fatalities. 33% of these have been by school bus drivers, but 66.7% of these have been by vehicles that pass school bus red lights. Therefore, the National Association of State Directors of Pupil Transportation Services have come up with a system that we hope will deter some and most of all these fatalities from happening. The system is called Redflex traffic system. It's a camera that will be posted on the outside of school buses. I'll be going over the camera system, explaining what the camera system does, how the camera system will be used, and what the camera system will hopefully do as far as the safety of the children from this point on. The camera system is, I have a PowerPoint production, and in these PowerPoint productions, some of the pictures are different places where they would place the camera. They're different pictures of the camera, different cameras that they would place on them, and places that they would place on a school bus. The point of this camera is, before these cameras took place, if someone was to pass a school bus while the lights were activated, we as the driver would be responsible for getting a description of the car, getting a description of the driver, and also obtaining the tag number. Which, if you can imagine, while I'm driving 60 children around, getting all that information, paying attention to the children, and paying attention to traffic is a very hard thing to do. So hopefully, just for us drivers, it will be very helpful to us, and as far as the traffic and the police officers, it would also help them out in the long run. The camera systems will activate, which means come on, as soon as our red lights activate and our stop arm on the front of the bus come out. The camera system turns on and runs the entire time until the car comes up on the bus, passes the bus, and goes past the bus. The entire time the red lights are activated on the school bus, and then the camera goes off. The bus driver will then notify the police department. The police department can then come and pull the camera and get the information off the camera and hopefully prosecute the person that violated the law. The National Association of State Directors of Pupil Services did a research in 2013 that stated that 76,000 vehicles illegally passed 97,000 school buses in one day nationally throughout the whole United States. That is a lot of school buses, that is a lot of vehicles, and that is even more children. When you consider we carry anywhere between 30 to 72 children in one school bus per day, and that is only per school. These cameras have the ability to get a clear picture of the driver, a clear picture of the tag number, which are the two most important things that we need in order to do the prosecution. I feel that if all this information is gathered and the prosecutions go on and these people are violated for these crimes, that more and more people, the public, will become aware of these cameras, that the violators will maybe spread the word and let people know about them, which would, again, let the public know. And also, it would allow the drivers of the school buses, that is, to pay more attention of everything else that's going on around them and give them a little more leeway as far as watching the children and watching the other traffic around them, rather than trying to get the licenses and the tags numbers and the needed information that was needed before. The next thing that I think that it would help would be the gathering of the information as far as like the police department, and again for the National Association of State Directors of Pupil Transportation Services, those are the national people that run these surveys and come up with safety measures and so forth. So for the gathering of that information alone, I think would be very important, because one, it will tell us how many people are doing it as far as before the cameras were put in place and then after the cameras are put in place, if the camera systems alone are working, and if they are actually saving children's lives, which is the main goal here. Gentlemen, thank you for your time today. Is there any questions on anything I've had to tell you today? Yes?
How many cameras are they on the bus?
There's going to be there's going to be one on each side of the bus. So that way, either way, whichever side the car decides to pass the bus on, they'll be able to catch that from either side.
Okay.
Anything else? Thank you guys very much for your time. Have a great day.